Are you ready for block number 20? I was. He's a cutie. Block number 20 is Blaze. He looks like a little block of fire. So Blaze is a floating mob, and he's only found in the Nether. He is essential because they are the only source of blaze rods. So for this project, I have been using mostly Premier Basics, which is a budget yarn. I also have a link for that down below in the description, and if you're new to them, that link will get you a 10% off coupon. But I'm using their Basics collection. It's a budget yarn. It feels pretty decent for a budget yarn. You get a decent amount of yarn for the price. Also with them, I believe it's if you spend $75, you get free shipping. And trust me, it is not hard to get up to $75 worth of yarn. So we're using the Premier Basics and occasionally some I Love This Yarn by Hobby Lobby. Blaze is all Premier Basics though. The color in today's block are yellow, goldenrod, black, white, orange, red, and Annette for real this time, the garnet. There are really two colors of red in this one. I'm not confused this time. This is actually the one I got confused with on the other one. And fern green for the border. I'm using a 6mm crochet hook, if I didn't already say that. The graph is an 8x8 graph, meaning it is 8 bobble stitches wide and 8 rows tall. Each bobble stitch represents a pixel or a bit because we're doing pixel art. And we're just using our crochet hooks and our yarn instead of crayons or markers. So it is pretty darn cool. The stitches that you need to know in order to do this project are a chain stitch, a single crochet in the back bump, and a bobble stitch, which is 5 double crochets together, followed by a single crochet. In the next segment, I'm going to show you how to do all those stitches, including color change in the middle of the row and how we are doing the border around each block. Now, if you have been with us all along for this project and you have already seen this, please feel free to jump ahead to the end of this video to see what Blaze looks like. Otherwise, if you're new or you are unsure of how to do this stitch, please watch this segment now. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is make a slip knot. Each one of the graphs, you will chain 16 plus 1 for a turning chain, so a total of 17. You will then turn and do a single crochet into the back bump. In 16 of the chains, you're going to skip the first one. You will back bump single crochet all the way across till you reach the end of the row. And when you get there, you should have 16. Okay, so I have 16. It should look like this. Both sides look nice. Makes it easier for when you add the border. So for the first bobble row, you will chain 3. Turn your work. And we're going to do 4 double crochets, incomplete double crochets, into the same stitch that our chain stitch attaches to. So you yarn over, go through the stitch, pull your yarn through, and go through 2 loops, leaving 1 on your hook. You now have 2. Yarn over, go through that same stitch, pull your yarn through, go through 2 loops. You now have 3. So you can do that 2 more times. We now have 4. So we need 1 more. And that makes 4. Okay, so we have a total of 5 loops because of our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to yarn over, and pull through all 5 of those loops. And the very next stitch, you do a single crochet. That single crochet is what gives you the nice pop-out bobble. That makes our pixel or our bit. So each bobble stitch after the first one in every row, you do 5 double crochets together, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to do that for a total of 5 times. So that was 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to yarn over, pull through all 6 loops. You had 6 on your hook because you had 1 loop remaining from the single crochet. Then you follow that up with a single crochet. And then repeat that for the next bobble. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. This is 3 and 4 and 5. See how we have 6 loops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over and go through all 6 and follow that with a single crochet. And see how our pixels are popping out? Okay, so you will do that all the way to the end of the row. When you get to the end of the row, your very last stitch is a single crochet. And it should look like this with 8 bobbles. Yes, it's going to curl up at first. As your work moves along and it grows, it flattens itself back out. So for the next row, which is the beginning of row 2, we do a single crochet, turn our work, and then we're going to place a single crochet in each stitch. When you do above the bobble, make sure you're only getting those top 2. Don't work down into this. You're going to put a single crochet into the single crochet and a single crochet into the top of the bobble, all the way across. And when you make it to the end, you should have a total of 16 single crochets. So it should look like this. A row of single crochet all the way across. Then you will, for your next bobble row, you will chain 3, turn your work, and do the 4 incomplete double crochets into the first stitch. The first stitch meaning the same stitch that your chain 3 is connected to. Pull through all 5 loops and follow up with a single crochet. So when you get to the part where you're going to do a color change, you want to do it in the single crochet. So pull your working yarn forward. Bring in your new color, leaving a nice tail so you can work it in. And you're going to complete that single crochet with the new color. And, pull it snug, not super tight, but pull it down snug. And we're going to work over top of those. So we do a bobble because our color change was in the single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through them all, and a single crochet into the next stitch. Now this particular one has 2 of the black bobbles. So do the second one. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yarn over, pull through all 6. Go to do my single. Now I need to go back to my other color, and I carried it with me. I don't always carry it with me, but these are such a small surface that when I only have 1 or 2 blocks of one color, I will carry the color with me if that is what comes next. Okay, so I'm going to pull my black forward, bring up my other color, complete the stitch with that, and we're going to tighten it down. Just make it a little snug. And then we go right into the bobble stitch. Single crochet. Okay, so that looks nice and clean from the front side. Oh, I didn't bring my scissors with me. Okay, so I'm just going to let that fall forward there and move on to my next bobble. Okay, so depending on which pattern you're working on, you're starting to see it take shape. You will continue this process for all 8 rows, and then we will come back for the border. Okay, once you've completed your block, you want to put a border around it. Each of the blocks will have a border, just to make them easier to sew together. So you're going to start wherever you would like. And some people like to start in corners, some people like to start on the actual edge of it itself. So you're going to single crochet into each stitch across the top, and each stitch across the bottom. When you get to the corner, it is a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet into the same space, chain 2. We're going to work past the bobble and into the stitch where the bobble and the single crochet meet on the side. Sometimes it can be tough, like that one was. Okay, chain 2, skip over the bobble, and come into that single crochet. That one was a little easier. Chain 2, skip over the bobble, go into the single crochet. So that is how you handle both sides. And the corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Across the bottom and the top is just simply a single crochet into each stitch. The second round of the border is double crochet in each stitch across the top. Okay, the corner gets 5 double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you come down the sides where you did the chain 2 gets 2 double crochets, and the single crochet gets 1 double crochet. So 2 double crochets into each chain 2 space, and 1 double crochet into the single crochets. So you will work that all the way around, the top and bottom, 1 double crochet in each stitch, all 4 corners, 5 double crochets, and the bobble sides where the chain 2s are, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet into the single crochet. And once you complete that second round, your block border is complete. So it's 1 round of the singles and chain 2s and 1 round of double crochets. And it looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. Okay guys, piece of cake, right? Looks pretty simple. It is. Once your muscle memory gets going, piece of cake. The more you do, the easier they get, just like anything else. Practice, practice, practice. So, here is Blaze in all his fabulous glory. Isn't he just sweet? Seeing that garnet, regular red. I got it right this time. This is just yellow, the goldenrod, black and white for his eyes. Down here is a couple of bits of orange, regular red, and garnet, and then fern green for the border. The back side, this is how he looks when you see him laying flat. The bobbles stick up. That makes our pixels or our bit. And the border is to represent the grass and the dirt in the Minecraft world, because we will eventually be adding some brown into this as well. And we put it around each one of the mob heads to help make them easier to stitch together. So, on that note, you can find the graph for Blaze down in the description below. You will also find links to all the other videos in this series. But if you are ready for the next guy or gal, the next mob head, just click on this box up here in this corner and it'll take you directly there.